Uno's back. We'll talk about this coming up on the Wincinnati podcast.
It's an exciting time to be a Bengals
Welcome to the Wincinnati podcast. I am Ace. He is Zim. Bengals football is right around the corner, bro. Like we almost there. What are we 2 weeks away right now?
2 weeks away. Not even that from the start of the season, but 2 weeks away from seeing them boys in stripes run out on that field, bro. Right there in Cincinnati.
And all orange against
Maybe
Drake May now. I don't know. Like it's kind of dicey with Jacoby Brissett. I don't know.
He took a big hit. Have you seen that play?
Yeah, I did see the play. Like his shoulder was a little. I don't know. He tried to make the throw after and was like, so.
Bro drove his whole entire every pound in his body into that man's shoulder. So I think Jacoby Brissett roster. Yeah, that's the sucky. That's the bad part about preseason, man. It's a lot of unnecessary plays that happen like that. So it kind of sucks. Drake May though is up for the Patriots. Here we go.
But it's up for the Bengals because today we'll be talking about Jamar Chase being back at camp. We'll also recap that Bengals Colts game. So we'll talk about our final thoughts from it, just kind of more so overall summary of the preseason. And then, of course, we got to do a Bengals 50-man roster projection. Come on, it wouldn't be right to do it before it happens. So you guys are going to sit and listen to me and Zim's takes in terms of that. And then we'll talk about from trash to treasure. Which players out there do you think should be part of the Cincinnati Bengals? Uno's back, man. Jamar Chase back at camp. This actually happened. We're recording this on Monday. He actually popped up Sunday, and Bengals Twitter wasn't letting Adam Schefter hear the last of it. As soon as that information dropped, everybody was excited to see Uno back at practice. They put, photographic evidence of him being back at practice. He was there again today, so this is the second day in a row that he's practiced. Most people say he's working on like 7-on-7s and stuff like that. He isn't in 11-on-11s, but he's doing way more than he was doing before. He's been a professional throughout this whole thing, right? Like he's showed up to practice, I think every day except once that we noticed. And now he's actually taking the next step with the Bengals getting ready to start the season. However, they're also, as we're recording this a few hours ago, CeeDee Lamb just dropped off that new bag. The Cowboys just dropped him off that bag, and now he's in there. Do you think Jamar Chase returning to practice, do you think it coincides with that? Did his team know that CeeDee Lamb was getting the deal done? Was this a good faith gesture, or was this just like, I'm ready to play football?
I think the plan was Zach. I think one thing we don't do is commend the Bengals for the way that they handled T. Higgins and the Jamar Chase. I guess not even a real saga this all season. T. Higgins tag as soon as possible, gets out there, doesn't miss a practice. Jamar Chase, the way that they handled the whole entire thing, he could have been at home the whole entire time. I think that this was the part of the plan the whole entire time where they just had Jamar come out there, be visible, be privy to all the meetings, be privy to all the information, and keep it going, and then keep everything in favor of making sure that his health is 100%. And I just think that they were going to ramp it up all this time, because the one thing that people aren't talking about is if he were to miss any games or whatever, he starts to lose a lot of money, the bonuses and the practices and everything like that. Credit the staff for making sure that they took care of him. And I just think this is all part of the plan. I don't think that the CeeDee Lamb thing had any bearing on his practice thing. I really feel like it's just straight up, this was the plan the whole entire time.
Yeah, I think The CeeDee Lamb thing makes it kind of interesting. I think it does help set the parameters, of the contract. So I think it just happens to be a coincidence. But NFL circles do talk. But I think him showing up just means that he's ready to go. I don't think he was trying to pose any kind of risk to himself being out there. So now we get Jamar Chase, and it's not like he really needs that much time to get acclimated with Joe Burrow, being that they were teammates and in college and in the NFL. So no kind of learning curve there. He's back at practice. Adam Schefter might not want to tweet it, but we all know that he's back. Every other news let out there said that he was back, which makes it weird for Adam to do that, by the way. Like, you're a breaking news reporter, and then you do not break this news. You break everything else, but you don't break this. It was a little weird to me, like just kind of weird. That was the weirdest part about it. But back to business as usual. We're the Cincinnati Bengals. Let's talk about this game, bro. I know it wasn't much. I know we got excited at one particular part, though. Burton. When you were talking about Burton earlier, it doesn't make sense. Like, I hear all of this stuff like, oh, the Bengals don't feel like he's ready, this and that. I can't tell by watching the preseason, bro. Like, he was literally the best player in preseason, best offensive player in preseason, highest graded rookie. I mean, he didn't even get many snaps, and he still made an impact on every single one of those games. Jermaine Burton not playing, bro, makes absolutely no sense. I'm sorry. Like what are we doing here? Is it because I don't get it? Like you were saying, every other media outlet is like Jermaine Burton's about to be a problem.
Right.
The cops are like, the Bengals are going to be so scary, and we're hearing people talk about, yeah, the Bengals won't give him any snaps. Like, what are your thoughts on that, bro?
Okay. I was in a space where somebody was like, bro, the Bengals, bro, he been having so many issues, though. He might be a trade candidate. I was like, dog, our fans, I just want to be honest with our fans, bro. There is no other team, not one. I don't care. Like, let the sleeping. I just saw somebody say something about the sleeping thing. The sleeping thing. I went back and I listened to the broadcast again. I feel like bro is just giving an example of what he was saying, the type of stuff Burton would have did in college. There's not one credible source that said Burton's gone to sleep in a meeting, and everybody's like running with this.
Was that like college? Because I feel like some people were saying that might have been college.
But bro, in the conversation, he's not even saying specifically, I heard Burton fell asleep in meetings. He said, yeah, young man's got to keep his head on straight. I'm paraphrasing. And you can't be falling asleep in meetings, stuff like that. Like almost like a bad joke, and he wasn't very clear. Somebody needs to go and press him and say, what did you mean by that? The Drewski meme, be like, what did you mean by that? I need to know exactly what is he talking about? Because so many fans have run with it. I agree. If he were going to sleep in meetings or whatever, I don't even think you would see him on the field. That's how false and fluke that is. But I need the Bengals fans to understand. I know everybody means well and wants to trust the coaching staff and all this stuff like that. I tell you, I kid you not. Kadarius Toney, who is a bum, who did all types of craziness or whatever, played for the Chiefs no matter what. And the only time that they took him out is when he had drops and stuff like that. The league that we're watching all of these players have off the field stuff, have things that don't go their way, and you're watching all of these teams still play them. And some of those teams have won Super Bowls. Some of those teams are teams that we hold in high regard in terms of how they handle rosters and all this stuff like that. If you're going to draft a guy in Jermaine Burton and take on what is going to be some baggage, right? Let's just call it what it is. Then you got to understand that you're going to nurture the situation. Now, if they say, we have our own plan and we're going to ramp them up, we don't want to throw them to the lines there, I'm all for it. So in my mind, it's not that I'm saying, and I think everybody, that's why I like talking to people sometimes. They take stuff out of context and they'll say, oh, what you think, they just going to hand them the job? No, I'm saying give them wide receiver 4 or wide receiver 5. That's 10 snaps. you see where it is. Starting week 1, this concept that we're so good that you have the luxury to sit anybody and like ramp them up or something like that. Like, who do you think you are? Like, what do you think you did? Win a Super Bowl or something?
This is a Lamborghini. You don't ramp up a Lamborghini, bro. Like, you don't do that.
I need all hands on deck. Like, straight up. Like, I don't know what people think. I think people think that this is simple. Like, you just get Joe Burrow out there and then automatically you're just going to just win games and all this other stuff. You have to make other teams game plan for so much. It's so much stuff that you don't see. And yes, I understand. You could give that right back to me and say, yeah, there is a lot you don't see. You don't know what Burton. So why was he even out there if it was that bad? Why are all his teams support him every single step of the way? Why does nobody have a real legit case on why this dude isn't who we say he is? And it's the number one thing that makes me so mad. Every analyst around the world, all the PFF guys, all the Brian Baldingers, anybody that's credible is all tweeting, play this guy right now. Do you know the only people on earth that's saying don't play him right now? Bengals fans. Why? Like you think you have the luxury of not putting your best players out there? No, that doesn't mean hand them jobs. But you got to go cook. Like, this is not no game out here. It's 17 games. You got Jamar Chase pretty much coming off of no practice or nothing like that. So y'all want to give him a full workload? Like week 1, like out of nowhere? Not me. No. Week 1, bro, he yes, played the majority of snaps. But it might be a little bit lighter because he hasn't had 11 on 11. He hasn't had game stuff. Who would get those snaps? Maybe the guy who's leading the National Football League in every stat, the number 1 rated offensive player in all of football. What are y'all talking about? You want him to sit? What? Sit where? Sit where? What are you talking about? Like that? Like what? Well, you know what I heard? You didn't hear nothing. I almost cursed. You didn't hear anything. You're just BSing it, just like a lot of other people acting like they're there at the meetings. No, this dude is good. Let him play.
Yeah, man. I mean, respectfully. I mean this with respect. I know a lot of people watch this. T.I. is a Dodge Caravan. I'm sorry. He's a Dodge Caravan. Burton is a Lamborghini. You can't leave a Lamborghini in the garage for a Dodge Caravan. Like, what are we doing here? Like, this is a explosive player. He's going to take the top off of the defense. They're not going to be able to guard him, Yoshi, T. Like, you can't guard all of those guys at the same time. This is a guy where I feel like I can just see it. Like, obviously, you got to wait till they put on the pads. It is preseason, but this dude looks just as advertised, bro. Every play is explosive. Like, if they put Burton out there, could you imagine this? Walk with me to week 1. Joe Burrow drops back. Burton goes in motion. Deep pass. Nobody there but Jermaine Burton by himself catching a touchdown. You mean to tell me Paycor isn't going to go crazy? Like, some people are like, oh, he's got to get in the playbook, guys. He's got to all he has to do is run a go route.
What?
A straight. Like,
but this the crazy thing. The people that say that, go watch him. Go watch what the other procrastinators and all the analysts all the Jetpack Galileos, everybody that really watches film that's posting him, they're talking about how good he's running routes and how good he is in the playbook, which is crazy. That Bengals fans, like, bro, everybody, Ravens fans, all these other fans, they're all in the comment section like, dog, he's a problem. And Bengals fans are like, yeah, let's reel him back. Let's not let him feel that. Like, what? I promise you, I don't make too many promises. If this dude is out there, and I ain't talking week 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, if he's out there week 1, the impact, I can't guarantee he'll score a touchdown, but he'll be the reason
being on the field.
He'll be the reason that somebody else scores a touchdown, because you cannot account for this dude's speed, and you cannot account for him on. And I'm telling people, why would you waste that? Why would and it's not like give him 20, 30, 40. It's like give him 10. And them 10, I bet you I'm gonna either give me a one-on-one or I'm taking the top off the defense. Jamar Chase in a motion. We've been running hella motion. Have him in motion. Guys following. They forget about Burton. Burrow going to take the one-on-one. It is what it is. Until I see Burrow come out and say, I don't like Jermaine Burton, and I think Jermaine Burton should get better, everybody needs to shut up with all that. If Joe Burrow doesn't trust him, you didn't hear that. Stop telling people that. Stop lying.
Yeah,
that is a lie.
I fail to believe. And here's the whole, like, Joe Burrow doesn't trust him. And shout out to Neff. He says, let's go get ready for Nola Uno. Back
Yes,
Burton
sir.
going to play. Here's the thing about that. When you watch Joe Burrow come out and throw passes, Jermaine Burton is literally right next to him. Like, what are we doing where we're talking about Joe Burrow? You're speculating that. It's pure speculation from media writers and stuff like that. Like, I get it. They may hear some things. But if you're telling me that Joe Burrow, you don't think Joe Burrow was partly responsible for Jermaine Burton getting drafted? You don't remember the whole thing on the sideline where Zach Taylor and Uno were together after Burton caught a touchdown saying we created a monster? Like, are we just forgetting that?
Right.
Like, do we really think a guy that never drops the ball and Jermaine Burton, 4 career drops in college, no drops last year, we're really going to say Joe Burrow doesn't want to throw the football to that guy?
Cap.
Like,
until I hear Joe Burrow come out. And this the crazy thing. They took that one little soundbite of Joe Burrow saying, yeah, Jermaine's got to get in his playbook or whatever. Let's say, I'm going to play devil's advocate against me. Let's say that Joe Burrow felt Jermaine Burton needs to get in his playbook more. I think that was taken out of context, but I'm a act as though Joe Burrow is saying he need to get in the playbook. Well, Joe Burrow ain't stupid, and Joe Burrow ain't stupid, and Joe Burrow watched that damn preseason game, and Joe Burrow skipped down the hallway after that game and said, see you guys in 2 weeks. Y'all don't remember that when he walked up? He said, yeah, see y'all in 2 weeks. We about to light their ass up. I'm telling y'all right now, all of that is cap. And I keep on going back to the same thing. If you have a week and Trent Irwin and Charlie Jones is out there in favor of Burton, you're letting teams off the hook. That's number one. Number two, there's probably about 12 teams that I can name right now that Jermaine Burton would be their number 2 wide receiver. And people talking about possibly inactive or let's pump the brakes on him. Number 2 wide receiver. Like, bro, we have 4 years of this dude, or maybe 3 if he goes crazy, of this dude at the lowest. Like, you got to strike while the iron is hot. Like, you got to go and take the most value of it or whatever. And that doesn't mean force him out there on the field. And I do trust the coaching staff knows better. Maybe he doesn't do everything right. I understand that part. But the notion that you could just sit and hold him is the part that's like pissing me off. Like, let him just play like 10 or 12 snaps, bro. That's all I'm saying. And
think about if he didn't touch the field and Burrow head. Like, it really could be Burton head if they really play that.
Burton head is wild.
It really could turn into Burton head in that game. Like, imagine him not playing. Even if you're a Bengals fan, imagine Jermaine Burton not playing in the Chiefs game. Like, oh, he's a healthy.
You know what they're gonna say? You know what them same people gonna say?
What they gonna say?
Zach, why ain't, like, let's say we don't get enough explosive plays. Why didn't we see Burton? As soon as you lose a game, the same people going to come back and say, why didn't we see Burton? I promise you. Watch this.
Yeah, man. We need
Burton head is crazy, though.
Burton head needs to happen. I'm sorry.
Burton head is crazy. I'm running with that. They're going to hate this. I don't care, bro.
I feel like
all he needs is one touchdown, and we call him the Burton head. I swear, all he needs is one.
For sure. Outside of that, was there anything else that you got out of that preseason game? I felt like John Meta did his thing. Burton head is crazy work. But outside of that, I don't really think we needed to see much of anything.
Let me ask you this. Do you think anybody is sitting there? How come nobody is saying the same thing about John Meta, though? Like, John Meta is literally he played 80 snaps, had 26 tackles. That is the second best tackle rate in the preseason of all NFL players. John Meta, is a dog. John Mata went crazy. John went, and everybody said he must make the 53. There's no way you can leave him off, right? Not that you got Pratt in front of him, not that you got Logan Wilson in front of him, none of that stuff. When you see talent and he balled out, think about Matt Lee. Matt Lee, bro, his pass blocking grade is terrific. He looks amazing. We got to figure out a way to get him on the field. Could he possibly? I've seen people say, could he be? He might be center one. But then when we get to Burton, let's say this one more time. He's the #1 rated offensive player in all of football in the entire preseason. The argument that I heard online was, well, he was going up against backups and everything like that. Well, why the hell didn't everybody else do it? Why didn't all the other wide receivers do it too? If it's that simple, why did they send me out there?
With bad quarterbacks, by the way. With Logan Woodside. With Logan Wood, we all saw how good Logan Woodside and what is his name? Rocky Lumbumdi was out there. Like, yeah, like he was doing that with those quarterbacks. That's crazy.
They call him Joe Burrow from Temu. But listen, I just don't get it. I don't get it. If a guy is really talented, make sure that you show that guy some love. Like, sure we don't need to hear from everybody like about how bad you think he is off of speculatory like stuff, and you ain't never even heard him say it. You ain't heard nobody say that. And somebody talking about a rookie in the playbook. All rookies need to be in the playbook. Open your damn ears. Bro said, y'all need to open your ears. You need to open your eyes. It's the #1. The bro is out here scoring touchdowns. Did you not see it?
Right.
All right. I'm done.
Yeah, man. We're gonna get into odds to make the rosters and stuff like that. But speaking of odds,
Michael Vick at BetUS.com. Catch an incredible 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits, plus 10% gambler's insurance. BetUS, my online sports book and casino.
All right, man. We're going to talk about the Bengals 53-man roster. We're going to get into it. We're going to do this live on the show. So, Zim, I went ahead and grabbed some stuff for us here. Let me go ahead and get this going.
Yes, sir.
So we have about 67 players that I still have on here. I try to get rid of some of the obvious cuts, guys that we know have no chance in hell of making this roster. Tried to get those guys out of there. So let's look at what we got here. So here is our roster. Make this a little bit bigger. Oh, not too big. All right. All right, let's kick this thing off, man. Where are we going? Let's start with the offensive side of the ball. Let's look at the receiver position. Jamar Chase is a lock to make the roster, right? Like, that's not a – okay. All right. What are you doing?
I'm hearing he's having trouble with the playbook. I don't know.
What are you doing with the receiver position? Are you keeping Cedric Jackson? Are you keeping Pryor? I know Game On would like to keep Pryor. You getting rid of those guys?
I'm getting rid of those guys. Are going to the practice squad.
All right, we're down to 65.
Appreciate you having this already locked and loaded, bro. Good. This is awesome work. I didn't even know you had this. This makes it so much easier for us. Great work.
No problem, partner. Let's check this out, man. So we got 13 people left, or 12 people left to cut. So we've got Jackson Kirkland, you've got Nate Gilliam, you've got Matt Lee, you've got Trey Hill, Devin Cochran. Like, who are you cutting from the offensive line room?
Can I say first, the wide receivers, I'm carrying 6. Are you carrying 6?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep 6, bro. I'm with you on that.
Right.
I agree the same way.
All right. The Jackson Kirkland, I'm keeping. The Nate Gilliam, we've already cut. If y'all haven't seen that,
okay.
Jackson Carmen has already been cut, so I'm keeping Gilliam.
I'm getting rid of Trey, bro. I'm sorry, I can't do.
Yeah. I'm getting rid of Trey. Yep. I'm getting rid of Trey.
Trey's
Devin
gone.
Cochran is practice squad for me.
All right, so we're getting rid of him.
Tanner Hudson. Tanner Hudson is getting. Hey, Tanner Hudson. I'm a T. I started the T. Huddy trial, but we got this new kid now, Eric All and Tanner McLaughlin. I feel like the staff is not going to draft a guy way younger than this 31-year-old Tanner Hudson and then say, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you got to live and die with your draft picks sometimes. I know that we drafted a lot of players, but they've all answered the bill. Eric All was on time. Eric All had a tremendous block last week on catching a guy on the edge. Tanner McLaughlin is looked apart when he got the ball, open space, yak. Tanner Hudson is, I feel like, honestly, I've been saying this over and over again. Tanner Hudson and Jalen Davis, I think, have trade potential to get like a low-level D tackle guy, and I would move Tanner Hudson because I think both of those guys would get claimed in the event that they would get released. So,
yeah, and I think either they'll get claimed or there's a chance Tanner Hudson could go back to like the practice squad. I mean, he was in the practice squad last year.
I think he'd get claimed, bro.
It really depends, bro. Like, I don't know if people would look at Tanner Hudson and be like, he's a lock for tight end too on other teams. Like on our team, I feel like there were a lot of question marks, at least last year, to the point where he got elevated from practice squad and kind of became that tight end. But you had to think about how much stuff had to happen in order for that to happen, right? And I think when he was even in Tampa, I don't know if he was really a starter there. So I think you got a chance of bringing him back if he doesn't get claimed way more than you do a Tanner McLaughlin. Like, somebody's putting in the claim for McLaughlin. Somebody did their homework on all of these young tight ends. So I would rather roll the dice with T Huddy than T Mac.
Can I say? Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, we got over 1,200 people in here already. If you're watching this on Twitter, please make sure y'all come over to YouTube, subscribe. If you want to get involved, the chat been feisty tonight. If you want to get involved, you got a good take and you want to get your voice heard or whatever in the chat and talk with amongst others. We got a couple ops in here too. You could talk trash to them. Come on over to Wincinnati YouTube, subscribe. And also, if you're listening to this on the pod, please make sure you come on over to YouTube as well so that you can see the visual that Ace has on the screen.
And make sure y'all hit the like button, man. It helps people find the video on YouTube. So we truly appreciate y'all for doing that. Logan Woodside, man, he got to go. I don't even know why I left him on here. Woodside is out of there.
But that's my practice squad quarterback, though. That's my guy. Like practice in the
squad.
event
I don't even know if I want him for practice squad, bro. I ain't even.
I mean, I think I could be wrong. Somebody in the chat tell me, but I think Will Greer got released again today.
Will Greer, like, how did he do us like that, bro? Like, he really was like, no, I don't want to be a Bengal. Like, he really blocked his blessing because Jake Browning took advantage of it. Jake Browning took advantage of it. He could remember he did the whole thing where he got like signed somewhere else or something, right?
Patriots. Oh yeah. No, he came from the Cowboys and then he took the opportunity with the Patriots because I think he thought he had a better chance, though.
Yeah, he went there. I'm like, all right.
But bro, it was like I never thought about that. It could have been Will Greer instead of Jake Browning. It could have been.
It could have been.
And Jake Browning still got them sore ribs. So something to monitor.
Good point. So one thing I know we kind of talked about: are we keeping Myles Murphy here? Or are we putting him on like IR?
I don't know if this is breaking news. Yeah, like IR.
We just not gonna. Yeah, all right, bet. Let's put him
short term IR. Be back week 5.
We got Pup. We got Ivy on the Pup list, so neither one of those guys are counting. So we want to make this as accurate as possible. So right now we got Cedric Johnson. For those listening along on the road, we've got Sam Hubbard. We've got Sheldon Rankins, Chris Jenkins, BJ Hill, Zach Carter, McKinley Jackson.
Everybody's favorite, Zach Carter.
Dominique Davis, Travis Bell. All right, so let's get into this DT room. But before we do, let me see what our count is at. So we've got 59 players as it currently stands. Okay. We got to cut 6. Ooh. Let's look at this DT room. Are we moving off of anybody? Because I feel like Dominique Davis and Travis Bell just got to go. Like, there's no way I feel like they're even contending to have a spot in this room.
Really? I think that Dominique Davis is the only big boy outside of McKinley. And I don't know. I think McKinley Jackson, he was just on like a knee brace. I think he might be I didn't see now that one I don't know. But I think
so should we move him for this exercise? Should we move him there or should we Because he'd at least have to start Pup, right? You think so? Like,
That's what I think. I don't think he's anywhere near playing right now. There's no way.
all right,
Not with
just
him
take
being on
him out of it.
crutches and him being
This
in
is
that
making
brace.
it a little nasty then, because now we only have to cut 4 people.
Like our edge, look, I'm gonna tell you what we're super thin is at the edge position. Like I see the cuts already. I see I think you gotta keep Dominique Davis or Travis Bell, one of them. 1, 2,
Yeah, so
3,
are you
4,
keeping
5, 6,
Dominic
7,
or are
8.
you keeping Travis? Because I got rid of Bell, but I can go back and get him.
We'll let everybody in the comment section, y'all go with who you guys think. Give it if I see more Travis Bell or Dominique Davis, I'm gonna go with whatever one. I'm gonna lean on the Wincinnati faithful to go and help us make the decision on that one. Let's come back to that one.
So I'm gonna leave Bell there for now. He's safe for now, but we'll see what the
one of them gotta go, right? One of them.
What the Wincinnatters think. So Wincinnatters, it's up to y'all.
Wincinnatters.
I'm not seeing anybody in there. Okay, Davis. I see somebody saying Davis. All right, we'll get back to it. So for me, Devin Harper isn't making this roster, bro. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. He's not making this roster.
Yeah, that's practice squad.
I got John Meta making it, man.
I got John Meta making it too. I got Shaka Hayward as practice squad as well.
Yep.
Bocce and Meta. See, they can't play with Meta because Meta gonna get picked up, and that's the only reason. Like that, I'm gonna tell you, he has to contribute on special teams immediately, though, and that's where the Bocce one. If he's doing what Bocce can do on special teams, Bocce's another one that people gotta look out for too.
All right, this seems like another easy one. Nate Brooks.
Yeah, practice squad.
Nate Brooks is out of there. So as it stands right now, I think 55.
Tyson
looks like
Anderson.
most people look like they want to go with Bell, so I'm gonna take Davis up out of here.
Yeah, Bell had a good preseason, so
54.
I would have gone Dominique Davis because he's like the closest thing to a zero, you know what I'm saying, that we got to me.
They were trying to say that Dominique Davis didn't play in preseason. They said Bell has, but Davis didn't.
Yeah, he didn't. They had another Davis. It was Ricardo Davis or somebody. Somebody tell me what his name was. And I thought it was Dominique Davis. It was another kid. He was balling too. But yeah, I guess we go with Bell. We're at 55.
We're actually, I believe, at 54. So I think there's only one.
I'm gonna tell you another one though. I think as we keep on going further, Bocce is one that I'm not sure if you're going to keep John Meta. Another one though, I think as much as the staff loves Jalen Davis, I think they really like Dejon Anthony. I think Jalen Davis
is out of here.
You see all of these guys like P. Ryan. We're recording this Monday, 8:30, August 26th. You see guys like P. Ryan and Schultz and all these guys that fuel it through agents and talk about guys that are potentially about to get cut to see who wants to trade. To me, Jalen Davis will be a good candidate for a team that needs like a backup slot. I feel like our backup slot right now is DJ Turner, Dejon Anthony, and company. I think Jalen Davis might be out. And if he were, a team would pick him up. To me, him and T. Huddy are the two guys that have the most trade value out of guys that I'm willing to lose with. I would take him off. I think Jalen Davis is gone, bro.
I'm with you. And somewhere our
the staff does love them. So let's see.
Jacob Bengal Post is probably somewhere celebrating right now. He's been trying to get Jalen Davis off the roster for seasons. So yeah, I think this is a good 53, bro. I think we get exactly what we're looking for here. We get to keep a tight end room with 4, more of a youth movement outside of the 2 veterans and Mike Gesicki and Drew Sample. On offensive line, Jackson Kirkland essentially replaces Jackson Carman and Trey Hill. He seems like a guy that can probably swing. He could be a swing tackle and play guard as well. Matt Lee ends up winning the backup center job, which I don't think anybody have a problem with. He's posted some pretty good PFF grades. You got Mims, you got Brown, you got Brown and Brown. What can Brown do for you? So you got a lot of those guys over there. Obviously, we're going to keep Joe Burrow and Jake Browning. We kept 3 running backs, so we feel like that could possibly happen down the road, which we'll get into a little later. On the defensive line, we kept Sam Hubbard, Cedric Johnson, Trey Hendrickson and Joseph Osai on the edge. Interior, we kept Rankins, Hill, Jenkins, Zach Carter, Travis Bell, J2 Fele. Linebackers, you guys already know the usual suspects plus John Meta. And then at corner, we kept all of the young guys that they have. So we got CTB, Josh Newton, Dax Hill, and Turner. And then, of course, we're keeping Mike Hilton. And then Dejon Anthony is a guy that we believe can also play slot corner as well. We kept Tyson Anderson, Geno Stone, Le'Veon Bell, and Jordan Battle on the back end. And, of course, with special teams. Oh, hold on. We got another one. Oh, bro, we might have gotten ahead of ourselves because right now we're keeping 2 punters. So I might have to add Jalen Davis back. Hold on. Flag on the play.
But hold on. No, check
flag
this out.
on the play. Which one are we keeping?
Check this out. What about the waiver? What about the waiver claims? So we're going to get under 53.
So are we going to go? Can you do that? Can you be under 53?
We're getting under.
Yeah, we're definitely we're cutting both of them.
Nah, Rico's staying, but while bro is working with the hip flexor, yeah, Rico's your partner, bro. But
so Brad Robbins is out of there.
Brad Robbins is short-term IR at this point.
He's short-term IR.
A hip flexor for a punter? Nah.
Oh yeah, you are right. Yep, that's right. All right, so I think. But I honestly think that keeps Jalen Davis on the roster, bro. Or hold on, no, it doesn't. All right, Jalen Davis, get him out of here. All right, my bad. We were at 53. Luckily, I wasn't counting that side, so we are at 53. So but we didn't talk about Reckout winning a job. Of course, you got
Uncle
Evan
Rico.
McPherson, Kyle Adamitis. So yeah, that's what we got going on. Yep. That is our 53-man roster. I bet Joe Shiesty would be pretty happy with that one, don't you think?
I think so too. I'm willing to bet also that I don't think that we're going to get any of those wrong.
I don't think we are either. And speaking of bets, what you think about this one?
That's a damn good bet right there. I think Joe Burrow winning MVP. I went through my fantasy draft. I had a chance. Check this out. On the board was Josh Allen, Pat Mahomes, and Joe Burrow. And the homer and me, I never do this. I took Joe Burrow. And my rationale behind it is because I think that the Bengals end up being a 2-seed or better. Joe Burrow is consistently playing really good football every single week, and he wins an MVP. I feel so confident about it. I even think that I want to bet it. And with that said, I want to pull this up. Our partners at BETUS. Don't forget, we're going to have a link directly in the comment section. But I want to do something special where I'm going to just place a live bet. But currently right now, our partners with BETUS will have a link directly in the comment section of this video when it is over. But currently right now, they're letting you get 125% deposit bonus up to $2,000 on your first 3 deposits. So with that being said, I'm going to take the Joe Burrow plus 900. Let me see something. What does that mean? I'm going to place 100 on that.
Big money.
$100 gets me 900.
That's free money.
So we did that one. So I could share this to people. I didn't want this to take too much time, but I thought about this beforehand. So this is my ticket. But this is my live bet right here. $100 on Joe Burrow MVP. But while I'm here, I saw another bet that I thought was really good. So you could do all this on BETUS. Let me see something. Another one. I think that this one.
Type in Burrow and get those results. That's crazy.
I think that Burrow, comeback player of the year. I get Aaron Rodgers is plus 140, but I think plus 250, placing $50 gets me to $125. So I'm gonna do that bet too. So we're doing that live on here with BETUS. Remember what I told you. Go check out our unique link at the bottom. You'll be able to go and place a bet too and get these same odds. But We'll come back to this later on in the season and we'll see how it goes. But I like that. Periodically, I'm going to be doing some different bets. I got a little bit of money to play with. So we're going to go from there. But I think that these two bets right here, I think one I'm going to hit. If I don't get MVP, I'm getting player of the year or whatever. So, I mean, comeback player of the year. So let's get it.
And you get the 125% sign-up bonus up to $2,000. So you can't beat that, bro. So check the link in the description with BetUS.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. We talked about some guys that could get cut, a little from trash to treasure. We'll get into that coming up after we talk to another one of our friends, Midwest Best Barbecue.
G-Funk wings and them CTVs. Midwest Best is the place to be for curing wings. Midwest Best is the place to be for curing wings. It's the Ace into the Zim, M into the B's. Uno wings, G-Funk wings and them CTVs. Midwest Best is the place to be for curing wings. Midwest Best is the place to be for curing wings. Say what up to Jordan Battle. We be going to battle. Intercepting balls like CTB did on Seattle. Putting 6 up on AZ. Juice gang amazing. Make sure you come get these wings. The Zimby stay blazing. And T game be smooth as ice. Jamal making divas fold. TV got big levels. And now you already know. So pretty for Uno wings. Cam got the new wings. We call them CTBs. Only at MBs. H to the Zim. M into the B's.
Shout out to Midwest Best Barbecue in Loveland, Ohio, 669 Justice Court in Loveland, Ohio. Stop in, get you some wings, get you some brisket, get you some pulled pork. It's football season, man. I'm getting me some wings. If I was up there right now, I'm probably going and getting some G-Funk wings, some CTBs, Dillinators, Grippo wings. Yeah, it would be going down crazy.
Bruh.
For sure this past week. And I know this past weekend people were watching college football, so I know that y'all spent that time at Midwest Best Barbecue. Just won the award for the best chicken wings in the city of Cincinnati. No cap in our rap about Midwest Best Barbecue. Go check them out. Let them know that Ace and Zim sent you.
Can I just shout out Tim dropping the bars on that song once again, talking about the CTB intercepting the passes like on Seattle. What's up, the Jordan Battle?
What's up, the Jordan Battle? Battle. That's a generational talent, right?
Hey, bro, he is spitting on that Jordan. That's a commercial.
Intercepted like CTB did in Seattle.
And he got to run it back this year. Like once a couple games go, then he'll have new bars for like the plays that just happened. Like to be able to rap chicken wings would transpire in a song. Like that's talent. I'm sorry, bro.
Generational talent, bro, for sure.
Generational wings and ribs over there. So if you're in the Ohio area, you're traveling, you're going there. I know I'm going there week 1, Midwest Best Barbecue. I am going to pull up one day. I might have a friend that guys know from the Bengals world that I will meet up there. We just come have some wings with us or whatever. We're going to have some people in there. If you guys are fans of Wincinnati, you know who I'm talking about because he was on here a couple weeks ago and we talked about us going up to Midwest Best.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, let's talk about, I don't want to say trash because I don't want players to think that we think that they're trash, but somebody else's trash is always somebody else's treasure. And I think the Bengals have done that past couple of seasons, picking up guys on waivers. So let's talk about guys that we think the Bengals could be in on. So the obvious one, Samaje Perine, right? Like I'm probably not in the majority with this because I feel like everybody is like Perine. I'm cool with Perine, but when I think about the situation and I think back to why Perine left, and I get it, you can't control what your role is, but he left the Bengals because he wanted a bigger role, right? Like that was his choice. And I think in this situation, if the Bengals can claim him, sure, but I think given the contract, nobody's going to claim him. So I feel like he's going to kind of have his pick of where he wants to play. And being that he kind of felt like he didn't want to be Mixon's backup, I don't know how he's going to feel about being Chase Brown and Zach Moss's backup. And to me, in a offense that doesn't run the ball, like I could understand if we were the Ravens. I could even understand if we're the Browns, but like, is the third running back touching the field? I don't. Maybe in pass protection situations, maybe I guess. But to me, it just I don't know how much of a role that there really is for him here. Not saying that I wouldn't take him on the roster, but I feel like if you kept Piron or you grabbed Piron, it would be like a situation where okay, Zach Moss is banged up. I know that I could throw Piron in there over Travion, and he's gonna know what to do, and he can be in there with a compliment to Chase Brown. So if that's the thinking, that's cool. I just want him to be on board with that. I don't want him to be like, oh, I'm this better player than I really am, and I just demand starting time or playing time or reps. Like, I don't think we really need that. And I honestly don't think we really need him, but that's just me. Partner, how do you feel about Samaje? Is there anybody else that you want to bring on? Me personally, I wouldn't mind bringing the homie Khalid Kareem back, especially since we got a need edge. He knows the system. I think he could get us by.
The thing with him, though, and I remember I talked to him. I don't think. Well, let me just say that I don't think that they have that many. That the one thing that they aren't really that good at is the edge position. So them letting go of him, I can't see it. I'm somewhat with you on the Piron thing. The one thing that I think about is I'm looking for every. This goes hand in hand with the whole Burton thing and all this stuff. I am a fanatic about, and I think about Belichick and coaches like that will go get every little detail, every little small thing, and every single person that can help the team win, as long as they do it the way that they want them to do it. And Piron is a slight upgrade over Travion Williams to me. And I got to 3 running backs anyway. Travion would be like my practice squad guy or whatever. I don't know how that would work. I know that he already has the guarantee. Like, you got to kind of follow the money with the Bengals too. I don't know if the money allocated, and I didn't look at this before I came on the show. I don't know if the guarantees on there outweigh a potential practice squad, listing for the Bengals. But if it were low enough, you got to think about this. Piron's salary would be pretty much paid for by the Broncos with the guarantee.
Oh, that is true. That is true. Yep.
So you're taking him at a minimum, just like they did Von Bell. So to add him to me, it could go either way. I somewhat see your side. I see the other side where I'm like, I feel like I get a slight upgrade. I think
no, that's a great point because I wasn't thinking about that the money is already paid. So
it's just like the Von Bell one. They've already paid it, so you would give him the vet minimum.
Let me play devil's advocate. Vet minimum Piron or Izzy Abandakanda. I think you need to get younger in the room regardless. Piron, to me, I'm just doing it because it doesn't really cost me anything. You know what he's going to do too if he has the opportunity. And one thing that people sleep on Piron about, go look at his numbers from last year. If you guys play fantasy football, he's one of the best receiving running backs that was in the whole entire NFL last year. He had a lot of receptions. I'm not saying that he would do that on us, but I think he's pretty short-handed on that, unless it's the Titans playoff game and the ball bounces off his damn hands. Yeah, that's what I was going to bring that up too. It's kind of convenient that people were so upset and dissatisfied with Mixon that they just completely forgot about that and was like, yeah, let's start Piron.
But another thing, I think Piron is one of the best pass pro running backs in the NFL. And I don't think everybody just used that at one point as a reason to get rid of Mixon. But if we're being honest, if there's 3 or 4 dropbacks in the back, 3 or 4 dropbacks and you have to have a running back out there, Piron is an upgrade too. Travion Williams is good in pass pro too. People just don't see enough of him. But from everything that I've gathered from running backs in the running back room, or running backs that used to be in the running room, he's one of the best pass protectors as well. So I kind of value that too. So it could go either or. The guy that I really wanted from the running back position, I don't think he would sign up for it, but it'd be Leonard Fournette or Jared McKinnon. They're older. I know Izzy Abandakanda is younger, but I think playoff Lenny, like a dose of that. I feel like our team, the one thing that's missing, we're going to get more explosive with guys like Yoshi, Burton, and company, but the biggest flaw to the Bengals offense to me is short yardage situations. And so if they were able to add like a Lenny in some short yardage stuff in combination with Zach Moss, then you got the speed of Chase Brown. I would be all for that. Another guy that would get like league minimum stuff. And then the other guy, Jerick McKinnon, he's smaller. He's a little older. I think he's like 33 or something now. But bro, on the Kansas City Super Bowl runs, go watch the touchdowns that bro had like 6-8 touchdowns in one season on one of them Super Bowls. Jerick McKinnon has been sitting at home, and he's one of the best pass protectors I've ever seen. So, go look at just go on Twitter and put in Jerick McKinnon.
So
on
you're
Twitter.
saying he's not eligible for the military draft, and that's how old he is. Is what you're saying.
Man, look, I'm telling you right now, Jerick McKinnon and them boys. I think
you know who I want if we want an old running back. You already know he on a flight to Dallas right now, but you know who I would want to take.
Who?
He on a flight to Dallas right
man, get
now.
the hell out of here with that.
Dalvin Cook.
No,
Dalvin
sir.
Cook. If we taking somebody like Leonard Fournette, give me Dalvin Cook, bro. But that's not happening. He probably gonna sign with the Cowboys.
He is so washed. Get him out of here.
Nah, I'm taking Cook, man. Dalvin Cook.
You take it. Cook. I'm taking.
Hey, mine. You feel me? But mine feel me. Mine know what time it is. Dalvin Cook time.
Because y'all Florida boys stick together. All right, listen. All right. This is who I really want. This is my list. I put this list out in the beginning of August. I've been watching these guys. Now, for Darian Mathis from the Commanders, a D tackle, there's rumors that he could be traded for. I keep on talking about Jalen Davis, guys like T. Huddy, trade for. Another guy, Lions defensive tackle Levi Onwuzurike, something like that. I'm sorry.
That sounds like a beast. Even when they got them D linemen with them hard names.
Y'all gotta go look this up. I'm gonna retweet the tweet so y'all can check the spelling on this. But that's another guy. Seahawks have a bunch of D tackles with a brand new D coordinator, but they got Jaron Reed and Miles Adams. Miles Adams has been listed as being cut. Is a cut candidate. I will put in a waiver claim for him. Another guy is the Jaguars defensive tackle Roy Robertson Harris. That's another dude that you could go check out. These are big boy D tackles that aren't household names. You're not going to look up a whole bunch of sacks and stuff, but for a temporary fix, for McKinley getting back, maybe long-term, these are four guys that I really like. Also, I'm going to tell you another team. The Jets have a a bunch of damn D tackles as well. That's another team to take a look at.
One question, like, is Josh Tupou going to get cut by the Ravens? You think he's on the bubble?
I'm not sure. I could
see them bringing him back. Like Tupou.
I haven't seen their depth chart like that. I
didn't know he was on the Ravens until we did on the AFC show. Like I looked at the D tackle and I was like, hold on, he over there?
Yeah, it happened. I think that was in July. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Tupou though. I like Tupou.
Yeah, I mean, I think if he ends up getting cut, I think the Bengals would be all over it. I think that they would bring him back. They already are familiar with him. He's 320 pounds. He can step in and play nose if need be. So, yeah, I would think something like that. Obviously, if there's any offensive line help, if there's a veteran or a middle-aged guy that's 25, 26, 27, has got some starts under his belt, as a backup quality offensive lineman, I think they'd be over something like that as well. Outside of that, I really don't see them outside of the trenches, bro. I just don't see them doing anything outside.
I feel like they got, I'm not going to say loaded, but I think they got a lot of guys that they trust, like DJ Turner as a backup. I love that. I think Tyson Anderson is your starting gunner, on special teams, and then defensive wise, him and Dejon Anthony on the back end. Like secondary wise, I don't see nothing. You got John Meta, so you got too many linebackers when you added John Bocce. So then you go to the defensive line. That's the only one. I feel like they're weak at the edge position because they got a Cam Sample replacement is really Zach Carter right now. So we really going to go to season with that. And then you got Miles Murphy out on short term, and you got McKinley. You got to go get something. And then the offensive line, if Gilliam and Kirkland didn't have the preseason that they had, I think I will be looking at that a lot more. But you know how the Bengals are about we got our guys in the building and this is who we're rolling with. Like I just don't see them moving on from those guys after Jackson, Kirkland, and Gillian had a good preseason like that. I can't see it. If they did, I would welcome it. I know there's just gonna be somebody else out there that could ball. Like, so give me one of them dudes. But I don't see anything else. The running back thing is like I don't even think they will waste or not waste, but take away one of their waiver claims and move themselves further back by even though I think a guy sitting out there, they would probably go sign like a free agent like after a while, but I don't see them putting in no claim for no running back.
Yeah, I doubt that they do that. I think there's too many other pressing positions that they need. And speaking of something that's pressing, make sure you book today with Fans of Cincy. You can book at fansofcincy.com. They're going to give you guys all-inclusive packages that include airfare, hotel, game tickets, tailgating, and more. You can book today at fansofcincy.com. Let Dusko know that Ace and Zim sent you. You can also reach out to them with any questions that you have on Twitter at Fans of Cincy. They're going to be in Nashville, Kansas City, Charlotte, Los Angeles, all kinds of places, even Dallas. You can go ahead and hit them up. Zim is going to be likely, and possibly me, I might be out there too. The Dallas game, definitely going to stop out there. And if you're just going to be out there, you can also get tailgate tickets that they also offer for $100. And then for the price of $200, you can put down a deposit that covers everything: the airfare, the hotel, tailgate. They're going to have food at the tailgate that's going to be immaculate. They're going to have great drinks, all of that. Yeah, I'll definitely be there for the Dallas one for sure. Me and Zim are going to be there. Try to get to the KC one this week too. I would do it now. I mean, you only have so much time. All it takes is for you to put that $200 deposit down right now so you can make that trip to Burrowhead. So go ahead and hit up fansofcincy.com. Check them out. Let them know Ace and Zim sent you. All right. Also, you guys already know we also have that merch. We rocking with that merch. So make sure you guys head over to zimhude.com, get some of that dope merch. Check out that Burrow Slim Shiesty. He's got the Slim Shiesty Big Head. Amongst the other things, we got the Always Open. We got it all. Uno 711, Public Enemy from last season. Definitely make sure that you guys check him out, zimhude.com.
Can I say that if you order a Slim Shiesty shirt already, we're shipping them all of them. A bunch of people, you probably got your tracking number today, but we're going to ship them all out. I know it's an orange out, but my goal is still to make sure everybody has their shirts before week 1.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. And then I also got the Trace Amigos 2.0 joint out there with all the receivers on there. If you're listening to this podcast, you can check it out at newstripecity.com. We got the 513 on the back. We got the Migos on the front. Right now, we have them in black and white. So make sure you pick those up before the season starts. You never know who you guys are going to see on with our merch. I always think that that's the dope part when I'm like heading through an airport and people actually like don't know my face or they don't know. Or I've seen them with your stuff on too. Like I'm just somewhere.
I've seen them
like
with your stuff on for sure.
And I'll just be like, yo, whole lot of orange or whatever it is. Yeah. Like, that's dope. That's just dope to me.
I seen somebody here traveling, like I'm on a flight to Cincy and seen them with your shirt on though. So that's you crazy, never know, bro. It's like
what's
was at the Super Bowl. Remember we was at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, bro. What's crazy is I walked past somebody and they seen me with the shirt on and they didn't even know I made it. They were like, Trace Amigos. I was like,
that's crazy.
Like I'm like, little do you know I actually designed this joint. But yeah, I think me and my wife were somewhere, bro, and it was like we went to the bathroom and somebody came out and they had your joint on, and I was like, that's crazy. But I forget. I feel like it was it Cali? It was somewhere, bro. We were somewhere. It was either Cali or Vegas or somewhere like that, and they had that joint on.
I went out one night, and I know Boyd and all his folks had them out, but that wasn't the only people. It was a lot of people. Man, and remember after the playoff game when I was in that in the suite, everybody had this shirt on. It was like that was a crazy moment because like to see like 15 people Like all
Rocking
with
that
them.
joint.
Yeah,
I wish
like
I
that
could
was
have seen it, bro.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. You had that. There's been some moments though. I think one thing that we're offering, and we've said this plenty of different times, is like we're not just doing the podcast for all of y'all. We're trying to make sure that we keep y'all fresh, make sure that we come with some brand new designs and a little bit of flavor, just so even if you're not going to a Bengals game, like newstrikecity.com, zimhude.com, I feel like there's something on there for everybody, and we're always constantly adding different stuff as the season goes on, and we're not giving you like no watered down designs either. That's for sure.
Now, one thing you was doing last week was cooking against Bobby Baltimore. Talk to the people about about the AFC North show, bro.
I'm AFC North Roundtable on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. every Wednesday. If you go on YouTube, if you're on YouTube right now, I keep on saying this. There's a lot of purple people in the comments. We need all Bengals fans. It's 1,800 people on here right now. We need all Bengals fans to go on AFC North Roundtable and AFC North with yours. We need to make sure that we have everybody in the comment section going crazy and representing, because those people say a lot of false stuff, and you got to make sure that you check them. And it's fun as hell. So, you know, my exchanges with Bobby Baltimore or whatever are pretty funny to me. I think that I present a lot of information to people that they don't hear it on a normal basis. And it's different when somebody's saying it to you versus them saying it like on the internet. Like anybody could just type anything on the internet, but if somebody's delivering something to you and they're giving you a message and then I'm sitting there looking at you like, yeah, what's up? You want to respond to that? It's hard to do that. And I think you get a chance to see that on both me and Ace's AFC North show. It's like we're cooking, and you find all the stuff that y'all probably tweeting, you finally get a chance to see what would somebody actually say. Because you know, you on Twitter and the person never answered the question. You be like, why is Lamar 2-4 in the playoffs, for example? and then they just dodge the question. They be like, where your rings at? I be like, nah, that's not what I said.
Where's Lamar's
rings at? But I be like, where's his ring? You know what I'm saying? So you get a chance to watch that. You get a chance to watch that in real time, and it's so fun. It's so fun. I do enjoy being on that show. So give them the information on yours too.
Yep, AFC North Talk. I think we're gonna drop Thursday, so definitely be sure to turn on the notification bell on YouTube. I know Sonny just had the birth of his child, so I know we'll be there. Can't guarantee that Sonny will be there. So shout out to Sonny and his newborn. But we'll be back this week, Thursday. I know we did safety last week. It's skipping my mind what we're doing this week, but we'll definitely be back. It's definitely a good time, like Zim says. We're definitely going to be talking a lot of trash with the season around the corner. And after what we just saw from Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, yeah, it's going to be a lot of talking about the Squealers real quick about that as well. But, I meant to mention, as we were recording, we talked about the Uno situation. There was an interview where Uno himself said that he's going to be a long-time Bengal. His career, he's going to be with the Bengals majority of his career, his exact quote. And he also said that that we'll get it figured out. So basically, he's saying that he's going to be a Bengal for the majority of his career. So no issues there, if you guys were wondering. That is straight from Ja'Marr Chase himself, who's not really giving out many interviews since this situation has transpired. So just keep that in mind. And then, of course, Wincinnati Podcast is live every Monday and Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Turn on your notification bells. Hit the like. Leave us a comment, too. We'd like to hear from you guys, your thoughts and everything. We got 1,700 people in here. Please, all of you guys, run over and hit the subscribe on YouTube. We truly appreciate that. That helps us out. That helps us keep delivering dope content with BETUS and some of our sponsors. So we truly appreciate that. The more that you guys help us grow, the more that we all grow together as a community and as Wincinnati. So with that being said, Zim, was there anything that you want to say before we get out of here?
Yes, sir, ski.
I'm gonna make him hold it.
Make him hold it is wild. It's an exciting time to be a Bengals fan.